Yeah, so it's July 5th, 2025. So yeah, I'm going to continue until Justin and Hailey learn their lesson in regards to who they are and who they are not. I will continue posting these messages, okay? I think at this point, like we're in 2025, we're in an era where things have to come to an end. You understand me? Like it's not about someone wanting to do witchcraft, trying to be another person. You understand me? I think like social media, it needs to be where people are in their truth, where they're living their truth and they're talking about their own truths. Hey, Justin and Hailey, don't you think the universe is tired of people like you? People, there needs to be some clarity. Things need to be clear. People don't want any more of your smoke. You hear me? It's the fact that, like, you know, when some people they'll go and buy cars, and it'll take some time. So the person will be driving the car around and be like, I don't know if this car fits so right. You know, I don't think this is really me. You understand me? Like, I'll just drive the car for a little bit, but I know for a fact that this is not who I am. You understand me? It comes down to these situations. Like, no, seriously, like, Justin and Hailey, like, both of you need to have some explaining to do. Like, people have to understand genetics, understand when it comes to someone else's essence, when it comes to the aspects. There's biblical aspects, and then there's your own personal aspect out of who God created you, your personality, all these factors, even your speech, the way how you communicate. It is all supposed to lead up to the truth of who you are. You think people are interested in all this witchcraft, Hailey? Both of you made a sad mistake. Do you hear me? I think they're pathetic. You know, like, people need to understand something. You know, when it comes to history, with the Spaniards, you know, there were places historically that the Spaniards did colonize. You understand me? So I share a common history when it comes to Spanish people. You understand me? The language is common with my people when it comes to Spanish, being Spanish, my Spanish blood. It came from colonization. You know, back in the day when Spanish people, some of them were pirates and stuff. You know the issue when it comes to Christopher Columbus? Obviously, Justin and Beiber and Hailey Beiber, like, they don't know geography. Both of you obviously failed. You failed high school. Did you even go to school, Hailey? Did you even finish your high school? I don't think you even did. You didn't finish your school. That's why they're sitting around trying to, they think that they're Jamaican Jews. You think you're a Jamaican Spanish Jew? Is that how delusional the both of you are? You're fake. You know that, Hailey? What you're trying to market to society is not who you are. Why don't you stop being fake? They're so insulted. Yo, they don't realize that South America, it reaches beyond. South America reaches the islands. You guys are not from the islands. Have some respect. I have to adjust my phone just a minute there. Yeah, like, they're so rude. They don't realize, like, there's African people who have Spanish blood. People have to actually recognize historically where the Spanish people, where they traveled to. Our blood is in certain areas. You cannot represent who we are, especially when it comes to Hollywood. You cannot represent me. I need to navigate through Hollywood, Hailey, and talk about myself and my aspects and who I am. I don't need you trying to talk about me. Trying to use my aspects to build a business. You must be crazy. These people are diabolical, you know. Justin and Hailey, diabolical. Both of you are pathetic. I swear to God, they don't know. They don't know. They just don't know. You understand me? This is a situation when somebody's in high school and they drop out of high school. They just didn't graduate high school, or they didn't go to high school. So they never know what they're talking about. And then you want to walk around trying to skip steps, and you want to try to infiltrate. You're trying to live a life through me. No. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Do you hear me? The both of you. You need to figure I had to come here and live my truth. You understand me? I am one of a kind. God, when it came to God making me, God only made one person. Justin and Hailey, the both of you are commoners, meaning that it's already been done. You guys are just like average random people. There's no possible way the both of you could ever be me, and the both of you know that. You know that. Like I'm just on my phone right now. I have to communicate these things. Let it be known about who I am. I'm a Spanish. I'm a black Spanish Jamaican Jew. Those are my aspects. I have island aspects. Brazilian people don't come from the island. So what is Hailey talking about? Hailey, you're from New York. What are you talking about? They don't know history. They don't know what's the history with Brazil? Why don't you talk about that? Yo, I think Hailey's a Brazilian nut. That's what you are. You're not a green coconut. We all know that for a fact. And we all know for a fact you're not some shea butter. Shea butter came straight from Africa. You know who brought shea butter to America? Africans, because it came from Africa. The shea butter is African. It's an African product. What are you talking about? That was meant for black skin. They're so ridiculous, eh? Absolutely ridiculous. You're just doing the most because they don't know themselves. They don't know their origins. They don't have any respect. Both of you don't have any respect for your own grandparents and your own ancestry. You're always trying to infiltrate somebody else's ancestry, right? That's all it's all about, right? You're only interested in what black people are doing, right? And both of you want to forget about your own ancestry, right? Yo, get out of my life. You hear me? I represent what I represent. It's a representation because of my blood aspects. You better recognize who I am and recognize what you are not. Bye.